Up everybody, Master Reactor here, and I'm gonna do a replay of me versus Moxies as soon as it loads. But yeah, I've won 5-6 in a row now with my deck. So anyone that can say I'm trash or whatever, I don't know how to play this shit, it doesn't matter to me because the results are showing. I'm in, let's see what place I'm in right now. Rankings, go format. I'm in 10th right now. Boom, top 10 on the Go format ladder. Whoever's commenting, you can't say that. So let's go top 10. Let's get into this replay, everybody. How's everyone doing today? This is Dueling High 101 versus Moxie. So he wins the rock, paper, scissors. So that's not ideal. I like to win the RPS to start it out. I'm watching this Caitlyn Jenner full send podcast. But anyways, back to the topic. What's going on? He opens 2 decos, Book, Torrential, Faith, and BLS. I got 2 Spies, Deco, Knock, and Tribe. So let's see what's going to happen here. He decides to set Book and set Deco. I draw into Wing Blast. I instantly knock it. There's no more, and I got 1. So I set my Deco and say go. He runs out his Deco and attacks it. I get to draw. I set my Spy and say go. He tries to summon Yomi, and I put the deco back on top. He runs into the Spy. I go get another one. Boom, there's 3. He sets another one and says go. I get my Sinister back. See if he's got Dust Shoot, and I swing into him for 1200 here. And I set MST and set Faith and say go. He's thinking, and he just says go. I draw into Graceful. I fire the Graceful. He says okay. Draw, Sanguine, TD, and Breaker. Flip it up. Go get the Graceful back. He says okay. Get Graceful Charity right back here. Discard the Thunder Dragon. Go for Thunder Dragon. Fire another Graceful off. Let's go. Double Graceful. Discard both Thunder Dragons. Run out Breaker, and he Torrentials. That was a big Torrential. Like I said in my previous videos, I do play into Torrential a lot because a lot of people don't play it. But it seems like every time I overcommit, I run into it. But it is what it is. So now the advantage is a little bit even. He's still up 1, so it is what it is. It's all good. He decides to set Deco and set MST. I end phase the MST. I get Sinister back. I run out the Sanguine. He says okay. And I know him in across out his face down. And poke him for 1,000. And say go. He draws into another Faith. Sets the Faith and says go. I Wing Blast, put the Faith back on top. Go get the whatchamacallit. Summon Tsukiyomi. I heavied his back row, which is Book. Hit him for 21 and just say go. He sets Faith, sets Regeki Break. I run out the Tsukiyomi again because I'm like, fuck it, let's keep this shit going. And I poke into his monster. He says okay, gets MST. And he hits my Sanguine for 1,500. I mean, for 1,000. I run into Sanguine, so it puts him at 1,800. I'm sorry, what am I saying? Alright, so he could have just Regeki Break the face down instead of wasting Metamorphosis here. Just saying, Moxies. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just... But I guess he goes for a different play and decides to MST the back row, which is Jar of Greed, so I instantly chain it. Draw in the pot. He can't summon that yet. He has to literally waste his Metamorphosis to get the guy. I would have saved the meta and just saved the MST for Snatch, but hey, that's me. So he runs into me here for a lot of damage. It puts me at 1,500. Right now I'm thinking if you got Ring, you got it. If not, let's play ball. So I draw into another Faith. I Pot of Greed. Draw double Jar of Greed. I instantly Snatch Steal him. See, if I would have summoned Tsukiyomi here, he would have chained Regeki Break and just shit it on me. I would have lost the game. So I decide just to run right into him. He goes Regeki Break, pitches his Snatch Steal, and he gets it back. Main phase 2, I run out Tribe, and discard Faith and Sinister and clear his board. Set 2 Jar of Greeds and say go. He draws into Pot of Greed. Must be nice. He draws into Tribe and Apprentice Magician. He sets the Apprentice Magician and says go. I get Sinister back. I go for the BLS. I go for the BLS. I don't draw it. I still go for BLS. I don't draw it. Still go for BLS. I don't draw it. I draw Solemns and Mirror Forces off of all them fucking draws. But anyways, I set Fate and set 2 Solemns and a Mirror Force and say good luck. He's got Tribe in hand now and Book of Moon. Not a lot he could do. He sets Book of Moon and says go. I flip it to Fate, and I go ahead and get Nobleman Across out, and Nobleman it, set that down, special summon Chaos Sorcerer, and he's like, show me the Solemn, and you got it, and I show him the Solemn. So, game 2 now. Let's see, that was an interesting game. Let's see, he opens Tribe, Snatch, Meta, Chaos Sorcerer, Tsukiyomi, and Sinister. I got TD, Cross out, MST, Wing Blast, and Spy. He gets to go first again. So that's great. And he just decides just to pass. So I discard a Thunder Dragon and go ahead and grab 2 and set both of them. I set Wing Blast and Spy. He tries to go for the meta here, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to have it. Just put it back. Don't even waste your time. And he just says go. I draw on the Breaker. I flip the Spy, go get another Spy. Run it out. I could run the Breaker out here, but that's just a little overcommitment. So I decide to just set the 3rd Spy and say go. He has, he draws into heavy. Okay. He summons the Tribe and discards Sinister to destroy that, and he runs it to the Spy and decides not to use Tribe main phase 2, which is suspect, but it is what it is. So I hit him for some damage here, bring him down to 3,700. I set Ring and say go. He gets a Sinister back. He discards the Thunder Dragon, and he tries to fire Snatch Steel, and I'm like, you know, I'll just ring it. Let's go. I don't want to give him no kind of tribute fodder, no kind of shit. So I just ring it. I draw Nobleman. I Nobleman the first monster. It's a Spot, man. It's a Tsukiyomi. And I poke him for 12. He's at 600. He draws in Torrential. He sets Sinister, sets Torrential. I fire the other Nobleman in my hand, and I attack for game. And that is the reason why I don't like Torrential Tribute, because you see, you just drew it right there, and it was a literal dead draw, because unless I summon, what are you going to do in that situation? There's nothing you can do. But anyways, good game, Moxies. Hit the like, hit the sub. Peace.